Hello and welcome to the Tea Tales, where we create more joy in the world through creating more joy in our life. Today we are up in the clouds, and it feels like being wrapped in a beautiful cloud, a beautiful blanket of clouds. We are near 25 Fontes, 25 Fontes, the 25 Fountains, Nevada, and it's so peaceful here. Today's episode is about the joy of creativity, and creativity is so needed today. It's so very needed. Um, we are all doing our best to manage our lives during this time of extreme shock waves on the planet. And this too shall pass. This too shall pass. The best thing that we can do to manage these extreme shock waves on the planet right now is to take care of our hearts and take care of our nervous systems. We can listen to the Wisdom of the Heart episode. We can drop into heart breathing when we are asking our hearts two very good questions. What do you need? And who do you need? And we're taking care of our hearts. We're asking, what do you need? And who do you need? And we tune in. And breath is the best way to listen. Breath is life. And we listen. And very often when I ask my heart, what do you need? She'll say, I need to create. I need to make something. It's how I roll. It's the best time to create the new. The best way we can take care of our nervous systems, I highly recommend Pilates and Qigong. Stephen Washington is an amazing teacher. You can find Stephen on YouTube. I absolutely love Pilates. I never thought I'd say that. I absolutely love Pilates and the way it strengthens my body. I am in love with Qigong. My love for Qigong is on a whole other level. I am a proud member of the SWE studio. I highly recommend this too. The joy of creativity is so needed right now. There's so many things we can create. And what happens when we're creating? What's happening when we're in this beautiful flow of creativity where only joy lives? Fear doesn't exist when we're in the flow. Joy and fear cannot live in the same house. Joy and fear cannot live in the same house. And when we're in this space of creativity, when we're in this magical place of the flow, there is only joy. We can create gratitude. We may be in a place of lack. That happens, right? We can create gratitude for ourselves. We can create endorphins. We can create the decision to not watch the news. And our ego will say, I need to know. I need to be informed. And our heart will say, I know everything. You need to just take care of me and show me some respect. I don't need to see that all the time. We can create oh, I have been baking muffins. And there's something about, it's a banana muffin with chocolate and cinnamon streusel in the middle and on the top. I had no idea I could experience so much joy baking muffins. And curiosity is a beautiful thing. Trying something new is a beautiful thing. Now, here's what will happen, right? When we try something new, we'll hear this, we'll throw up a stop sign. I can't do this because it's new and I have to be perfect, which perfect doesn't exist. So we throw up the stop sign and we are missing so much. I've actually decided to try something new once a week. I'm trying something new once a week because of this piece I'm about to share with you. Case in point, this piece I'm about to share with you. So our fearless leader, Michael, the fearless leader of our wickedly good writing group, gave us a writing prompt one week, and it was on erotica and romance. And I was like, whoa, I am not going to do my homework. Yeah, I said that. I've said that before too. I am not going to do my homework. Now, why? I was very interested in the response I felt in my body of throwing the stop sign up with something new, because anybody who knows and loves me knows that I am one of the biggest romantics in the entire universe. So I sat with it and I just jumped in. I just jumped in and I had the most amazing time. I'd like to share it with you now. And I'm just going to go to my laptop. And sharing this with you now is bringing me so much joy. And I hope it brings you joy as well. I'm just going to have a sip of water. I remember hearing from, one of my favorite teachers, my favorite teacher, Dr. Maya Angelou. She said, you must listen to your own writing from your own voice. And so I'm going to have another drink of water on that. And I'm going to create some gratitude before I begin. I am so grateful for the teachings of Dr. Maya Angelou. Don't move. My shoulders didn't listen as they were quickly introduced to my ears. The yellow curtains fluttered in the breeze as I drew in a razor-edged breath. Memory whisked me away to my early days of survival in Siberia. Stories of my bleak past, my blonde hair, my blue eyes, earned me the title Snow Queen. As I was whisked through these glacial travels of memory, my eyes finally landed on the eyes of my employer. My gaze was unsettled, and so I rested it through the salt-stained window. Drop your chin toward your left shoulder. The sign of the times demanded my obedience. I dropped my chin toward my left shoulder. The freedom within my spirit looked up, and I was delighted by the festivities of Nice. Lingering within the state of joy, within the little girl in the blue dress with the red balloon, I looked down and found solace in the bowl of oranges on the bureau. There were no oranges in Siberia. Through the scent of bergamot blossoms wafting through the window of the studio, I discovered myself, reclining carefree and voluptuous as the pink nude. Following our first session together, I surrounded myself with the coolness of a cotton sheet and prepared myself mentally for what was coming next. As women, we sometimes set our standards low as a matter of survival, rarely revealing our intelligence, which can land us threatening. As an artist's model, as an artist's muse, people assume you are also the artist's afternoon snack, a side dish. Who am I? What am I? As a method of composing my racing thoughts, I adorned myself in my denim jumpsuit and began to organize the studio, discovering there was another purpose for me. Matisse once said I could command an army, and if I did, the vibrant colors of victory we were yearning for would have marveled us all. It was how he saw me that filled the depths of my orphaned heart. He saw how I managed the studio, the models, the galleries, and the dealers with supreme efficiency. His muse? Yes, I am. And he is mine. We are joined within the union of creativity and spiritual realms. Tiny minds, tiny thoughts. Tiny minds think I spend part of my afternoon with my legs in the air. Yes, I am well aware of the power between my legs, my mind, my heart. They hold a power all of their own. My mind, my heart see beauty where most people think beauty doesn't exist. They guide me in managing the studio of awe and wonder effortlessly and keep the continuous tap of inspiration flowing. Matisse made love to me on canvas. Colors enter the world through Matisse like harmonies through Mozart. He would sink himself into various shades of blue and red and present an aubergine just for me. My aubergine coat felt both safe and beautiful, and protection and beauty were two things I've always longed for. With each sweep of his brushstroke, warming my body with the fluidity and presence of the aubergine coat, I entered the doors of what the French call orgasme la petite morte. Being seen by him, I die a death, I die a little death, and I am simultaneously in a state of renewal, a state of spring. I was the light in his eyes, and he was the only meaning in my life. And on the day he died, he made love to me one last time. He picked up the nearest instrument he could without effort, and my portrait flowed from his ballpoint pen. One final farewell until we meet again. I am Lydia Velashkovska. Madam Lydia. It brought me so much joy to learn about this powerhouse of a woman and to speak, be her voice, this amazing creative partner of my favorite artist, Matisse. This was completely new for me, and at first I was afraid. But what is it when we go ahead and do something that scares us? That's called courage, beautiful people. So I invite you to do something new and dive into the joys of creativity. Thank you for tuning in. I invite you to like, share, comment, and I'll see you next episode.